Hey, hello, and welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. Today is Loom Knitting Tuesday. How are you doing today? If you're joining me on the replay, thank you so much for coming and just listening and watching. And be sure and kind of chat as if it was live. Of course, I can't answer your question live. So if you ask me the question in the middle of the broadcast, I'm like, I don't know what that is later. But if you will ask me replay, if you write replay and ask me a specific question, I can see if I can get back with you later. Thank you for joining me on live, though. I enjoy seeing you guys every day. If you're new, be sure and tell me where you're from. And anyway, love chit-chatting with you if you are live. Welcome. I'll usually tell everyone hello, and then I'm going to jump into some of the things for the day. So kind of like Romper Room, Magic Mirror. I'm going to start doing that now. Everybody keeps telling me that. Good morning, Bridget. I'm glad you're here. I'm grabbing my coffee so I can chit-chat with some coffee in my hand here. How are you doing today? So I am, I've got my book today, and I've got my Flower Loom book, boop, and we'll kind of peek through a little bit. And then I have the new pattern that's out on the website that we'll talk about, and I'll kind of show y'all a little bit around it, some monster pants, and talk a little bit about the sample that I knit. I knit on needles, but I do want to talk to the loom knitters about it because I think you guys will find it really, really cool, and I want to encourage you about something. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Hey, Joanne and Lori, I see you jumping on. So I'm so glad you're here. Grab your coffee or your tea. So is everyone ready for Valentine's, or aka the Hallmark season? Oh my goodness. Are you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but over the years, like if I find something I like for Valentine's, I'll totally talk about it. But I don't like sit there and like every little holiday, I'm like, okay, do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. Cause I don't like feeding that whole thing. It's like anti-Kristen social media. Everybody wants you to get on these like planners and push all these certain holidays and stuff. But you know what? I'm the mom who feels like I get the note from school and they're like, you must send 21. You can't send just one Valentine. You have to have your kids send one for each kid in the class, and got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to, and I'm like, really? Really? Do I have to? I protest. Oh, I'm that mom. I would rather bake something from scratch. Not that I'm a big baker, but I'm like, I love you if I bake something for you. And the schools today won't even let you do that. They're like, you have to be store-bought. You can give the teachers hand-baked stuff. Like, really? No. Okay. Hey, this is a total tangent. Hey, Carol, good morning. See you hopped on. And Teresa, hey, Rebecca, and Stephanie, and Mickey. Hey, good morning, you all. I can't even talk, y'all. I go back and forth to trying to say you guys, because I know a lot of y'all do. And then I'm like, I'm a Texan. I say y'all. Okay. Now that I've sipped plenty of coffee and we have a few more people join, I'm going to grab a sample that I forgot to grab. So hold on a second while people are coming on. I can't reach it. Oh my God. My long arms. Oh, my long arms. Oh my gosh. That was really far away. It was like 4 feet away. Oh my word. Okay. I'm going to lay my sample up here. Can you guys see that? Here we go. Did you guys see this new Afghan that came out last night? I had, it's supposed to come on at I think if you're East Coast, it came on right after midnight. So, what's the amazing pink yarn next to the green? They're very good Knit Kisses colors, aren't they? This is Bernat Blanket. This is the Brights from Bernat. And the color is Pixie Pink. Pixie Pink. And then the green is actually in their baby blanket line. And it's lemon lime. So yeah, lemon lime. And then this is in the solids collection. So it's just Bernat Blanket. So this is actually Bernat Blanket. Then you have Brights. Then you have the baby. And anyway, aren't those colors cool together? So because I was able to give away a bunch of yarn, which is sitting in here in boxes, I've been like sorting it all. Anyway, I made some space. Of course, I just kind of ruined the look, didn't I? So anyway, we go back a little bit. I missed some people. Hey, Susan and Deborah. See you jumped on. Heather. Hey, Vanessa. Okay, yeah, you're the one who asked about the pink. Teresa. Yeah, Stephanie, y'all's a great word. Didn't understand its importance until moving to the South. Yeah. And Texan word, a very Texan word. Okay, so another Southern word is fixin'. Like I'm fixin' to go there, or I'm fixin' dinner. Like I'm making dinner, or I'm about to do this. Fixin'. She's fixing her hair. She's making her hair up. She's working on her hair. But a Texan word is tumped. So anybody know what tumped means? I'll let you figure that out. I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's just tumped. I tumped over that bucket of yarn, that bin of yarn. I tumped it over. Let's see, Heather. Oh, Susan, good morning. Hey. Okay. Heather says, anyone got the new looms for thick and chunky yarn? Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's a zippy loom, and then Michael's has like a big, thick and chunky kind. I was actually thinking about getting one just to see what they're like. Not that I need another loom. Like I need to hold my head, but and then the other ones are does Hobby Lobby have one? There's a zippy. Michael's has one for like loops and threads. There should be a Hobby Lobby one, and I've seen another one. Boy has one. I think Boy has one. The ones that are extra big. So yeah, I don't really need them, but anyway, oops. Oh, love the lime green, Susan. Oh, yeah, thanks. Hey, good morning, Nicole. Are you in Florida? Nice, nice. Hey, Ellie, good morning. And Joy. Oh, Joy, you're in South Africa? Oh, from South Africa, where you have a yarn shop called Wool and More in Plettenberg Bay. Love my style. I'm fun. Thank you, Joy. Good morning. Joy is my sister's middle name. I have an affinity for Joy. And there's a joy in my soul. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so glad you guys are jumping on. Oh, yeah, that's the one you're talking about. Cool, cool, cool. All right, cool. Well, we've got a lot of people in here now. I'm so excited. I've got a couple things to show you, 3 things to show you. Okay, so I have a new book coming out. It's going to be a reversed image for you, but it's called Flower Loom Crochet. And it is the weaving loom. It's the HanaAmi weaving loom. If you go to goodknitcases.com, go click on the shop, and you'll see my Amazon store, and then you can find a link to it, or you can get it on Annie's website. And then you can get on the Annie's website or Amazon the HanaAmi loom. I'll show you. So if anybody has this loom and has been asking for me to make a video on it or asking about it, see this loom here? Anyway, it's got multiple interchangeable little things. Anyway, I don't know what they're going to approve of me making video of, because technically I could have done one a while ago on like a basic loom, a basic flower loom. I mean a basic flower. I might go over darning techniques or something, but I want to be careful because, you know, it is the book and it's all about that. But what I do is I do several different flowers, and then we crochet together the motifs. So if you know how to crochet and you know how to read a pattern, this book is for you. If you are a loom knitter, these flowers are woven. So, but, I mean, technically you're just winding around the thing, but you do have to know how to crochet. And I can show you a couple of the things in this book here in a second. The other thing I wanted to go over is now last week I came out with the, diagonal scarf, the steep diagonal on the loom. So if you didn't catch that, go check out my YouTube channel, and you'll see, because I had done one on needles for Yarnspirations, and then I converted it over to the loom, and currently there's not a PDF for it, but I've got the written instructions right across the screen. So if you need to jot down those, I would go to the needle pattern please do this as a loom knitter. I have a homework assignment for you. If you go to the video to look at the loom thing at the loom along, go open up the description on the YouTube video, click see more or whatever, go click the button to go to the Yarnspirations website, download the needle pattern. Yes, download the pattern. Then watch the video, and I want you to write out on the rows that change, write out what happens, because this is going to help you when you learn how to convert. You get to see how I flipped around some of the stuff, and then you get to see how it goes along. I have had some people go, I need the download PDF. No, you don't. What you need to do is do a little bit of homework, because then it'll help you. Okay? Because this is a learning channel. I want you to learn. I can't spoon feed everything. I really want to help you. Now, I have asked them to see if they will make a PDF for us, because that would be freaking awesome. But I'm just saying, for your benefit, do that. Okay, the other thing is, I have another video that just came out today, and it's this trellis and tassels video, trellis and tassels knit Afghan. It's really cool. I mean, check this thing out. So what you do is you knit it up. Here's the back. Does that not look like a Dalek? Or turtles migrating is what people said. If you're a Doctor Who person. Anyway, this is all knit, and then you go on top of the stitches, and then the top part is crocheted on. It's a slip stitch on the surface, and then you add these tassels. I mean, you could do it with or without the tassels, but putting this is a stripe, basically, essentially following along the thing. Yeah, isn't that cool? So what's really, really cool about this is, well, first of all, the pattern is an intermediate pattern. And not that you can't do intermediate patterns on the loom. However, I probably need to work it a little bit more to figure it out. This yarn doesn't have as much give to it, and so I wouldn't want it to break, but it's knit 5 together. So you have to work those stitches all together, and actually that's on the reverse. So it would be purl 5 together. I might be able to do that. Purl 5 together. But then the part that's harder is knit front, back, knit front. Okay, knit front, back, front, back, front. So you're knitting into 1 stitch, and you're adding 4 more stitches, so it becomes 5. So you knit in the front of the stitch, you knit in the back of the stitch, which is an E-rab. You knit in the front of the stitch, and then the back of the stitch, another E-rab, and then the front of the stitch again, and it has to get spread over 5. Okay, so I have to try it, and it's gonna be harder, but for now I want you to try this, and I'm gonna make a video. It'll come out this weekend on just that last part of the video. So the whole knit along, you can watch it even though it's got needles, and skip in about 14 minutes or so, and you'll see the last half, and I'll make a video just for that standalone. But then you can take any striped fabric that you did, or anything work like that, or even even you could do a 10-stitch blanket and follow the stripe around. If you did all solid, you could follow that little ridge around and do a slip stitch on the top. So your imagination is your only limit. So anyway, there's that. And then, oh, I've got people talking and I'm not even hearing. And then I was going to show you this monster pants thing. So let's see. What am I missing? Best name. Oh, you were gonna go get one of those big looms, Heather, for the Jumbo 7. Yeah, and you can use the zippy loom too. I like the zippy loom because it's really slick and it has the big pegs on it. So the other looms won't be as big. However, the smaller the peg, you can make that stitch a little bit smaller too. So, oh yeah, Joanne, you like the book because it makes crafts? Yeah, and I'll flip the screen here in a second to look at it. Yeah. Oh, Susan, you're still working on your diagonal scarf? Oh, sorry. It's taking forever to finish. Hey, you could stop it short and make it an infinity or a cowl or something. Heather says, feed me more, feed me more. You're hilarious. Joy, you love the trellis Afghan? Yeah, the pattern instructions for the trellis Afghan are downloadable from yarnspirations.com. It's from their lookbook, and I was actually hoping to show you their lookbook. Their lookbook for this month actually releases today. So be be on the look. But if you go to yarnspirations.com, go ahead and subscribe to their newsletter. They'll send out a link whenever it's ready. Or you can just go on their site, yarnspirations.com, and click on lookbooks. And then you'll see their lookbooks. The lookbooks are a really cool resource, I'm just going to say. And they're like this digital online magazine. And if you like to flip through magazines at the store and you don't get a chance to get out as much, go through their lookbook section. Don't binge all of them because you want to kind of pace yourself. That like go through it, and it like does this virtual magazine thing where you're just like flipping through. It's best like used on a desktop or like a tablet or something. Don't look it out on your mobile device. I mean, on your small screen if you have a phone or something. Just because it's cool to see like the nice big pictures, I think. Otherwise, you're gonna be zooming in all day. Anyway, this is part of the February stuff. So I am actually going to be working out as many patterns as I can on the loom, but I can't always do that. But this one I thought was really kind of cool because you could add it to your loom knit pieces. So anyway, good morning, Robin. Let's see. Oh, you lost the first 13 minutes. I'm sorry. Heather watches while her kids get on the bus. Ellie says, I can see the wheels turning and the smoke burning off Mize and Joanne's brains to get the scarf to the loom. Yeah. Yeah, Joanne, she's kind of working on some of this as well. And we're working on the Trinity stitch too. We've had some people ask, actually, I have a lot of people asking me about the Trinity stitch. And it's more of the logistics of kind of working them out. Anyway, I'm going to work on it. So look for that from me because that's, sorry, I keep messing with my bra. We have mostly girls on here. Who cares, right? I don't know. Having trouble today. So, anyway, yeah, I like to work out as many as possible. I'm still behind, okay, I'm on time for deadlines, but I'm behind getting my samples done for some other videos. I have another video coming out for, Mary Maxim next week. It's actually on needles. And it's a kit that we're doing a giveaway for them. And I'm going to like show you how to make this. We're making a, anyway, well, I'll talk about it another time. But after I get kind of caught up, it'll give me more time to kind of translate some stuff over the loom. I'm so backed up. If you don't know, I'm backed up because we moved. Towards the end of Christmas, we were all packing and then moving at the beginning of January. And so I've had like thing after thing that I had to start working on again. So anyway, Joanne says, yeah, it's true. I'm picturing many ways to use that trellis. Yeah, using the trellis accent, oh man, like a whole new thing. I mean, you could take an existing knit, like you could take anything existing knit, get a hook. I would take like maybe a hook that's like test it out on an inconspicuous part of something, and make sure that you're at the right size hook, or maybe even one that's a little smaller, but use a yarn size that's the same weight or maybe just a hair bigger than what's on your stuff. And so if you've ever seen like the duplicate stitch, so the duplicate stitch, like it imitates a knit stitch, but you have to meticulously take a needle, like a blunt tapestry needle, and go on top of your stitches. But this one just, it hooks on through and it chains up. So I'm actually wondering if doing letters and I haven't tried it yet. Okay, like please bear in mind I haven't tried it yet, but I'm wondering if doing letters and stuff like that would actually work on this you know, surface slip stitch method. So hey, Jennifer Dickhoff, you're from Germany? Good morning. So glad you're here. That's so cool. Jeannie, you just found me and you haven't used a loom? Well, that's okay. Do you use needles or crochet? Ellie, you got the Mary Maxim catalog yesterday? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, letters. Ellie says. Or like a heart. Like for Valentine's, if you are into the Valentine stuff, you could do like a plain scarf and see if you can make yourself a little heart. Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to get my laptop turned on here. I mean, not my laptop. My tablet, my iPad, and okay, I'm getting into the website I want to be in. Okay. All right. What do you want to see? But first, do you want to see the Flower Loom book? Do you want to see the trellis or the monster? So flower, trellis, or monster? What do you want to see first? I have to get set up anyway. All right. Let me get this flipped around. Getting all my stuff set up. Flowers. Monster. Flower. It'll be a competition. Flower. Which way do you prefer, rolling up the yarn before you work it? Or from the skein? I pull from the skein. I do a center pull from the skein, Martha. But if it's a product that, like a boucle or one that has like a sequin on it or something like that, if I know it snags, I pull from the outside. I don't roll a separate ball or anything like that unless it's on a hank and then I need to wind it. Or if it's like real goofball, then I roll it into an actual ball. Monster, trellis, flower. This is pretty spread out. I think I got a bunch of people wanting the flower first, so let's do flower and then we'll do monster. Okay? All right. Ready? I'll flip. All right. Let me see. I don't want to have too much glare here, but I want to make sure there's enough. Okay, so here's this trellis. We'll put this to the side. You can see that over here. And this is the monster. Okay. Calling all the monsters. All right, let me get closer. Sorry while I adjust. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, here we go. So this is the Flower Loom crochet. This book is from Annie's, and it's using this HanaAmi from Clover, this loom here, and then these are several of the flowers here. Look, this is the shawl that we did. Look how pretty that is with the edge detail and stuff. You can do you switch between the different looms. These different looms to make the different shapes. And like this right here with what I did is I just they wanted me to do like lots of different types of yarn or fabric. Like this was actually ribbon, and then we did a woven technique on the ribbon, and this is raffia. This is an alpaca. This is like a fingering weight, worsted weight. There's some of the alpaca back here. This is a ribbon. So working with different weights of yarn. Here's a bunch more pictures. So here's a couple of different ones. So this one's a crochet hat, and so we did actually this swirl pattern here. So we did a flower with a swirl, and then came out and did this this crocheted beret, which is one of my favorites. And the yarn that was in here is like amazing. You can get all their yarn on their website, and this has to be hands down my favorite. I can't even lie. It's like the best. I love it. I also love the headband is fun. You can switch out the flower. We just happen to do that one. This is actually a woven one. I'll probably weave it in a little bit more. I mean, it kind of abbreviated just to show how you can just do a little pop and just change it up. And then we've got this scarf here. And once you know how to do the scarf, it's the same technique that's used on the shawl. And then we just build it different. So it's really nice. And then this cowl is it's a mix of geometric shapes. And so that's really fun. But it's got lots of detailed shots of the loom. It's nice and big. It's colorful. So if you've ever seen their instructions before, and you're like, oh, they're black and white and they're so tiny, I can't see them. And then I went through their instructions and I improved them. So, well, I think I improved them. I went through and I changed how some of it was worded because I thought maybe it needed to be improved. And then I did a different darning technique on here. And then I showed how to do a few other things. And anyway, if you look carefully, there's some other like some of the back stitch area. If you look carefully on here, I even showed so you can see how it just did the last stitch. and then it shows you like an arrow. You can see it on the actual thing. It shows you an arrow on how it needs to go through the next set. So that was a big deal for me. We went through that image several times. So anyway, we talk about the different types of flower patterns. There's a double layer. It's got multicolored versions. It talks about how to change it up if there's multicolored. There's a square one, an octagon. I mean, not an octagon, a hexagon. There's the loom, and we labeled the parts of the loom, which I hadn't seen before. I know it seems silly, but like sometimes instructions, when they don't have that on there, like, what is this part? So anyway, I was very big on that. And then here we got a little purse. Beth shows a schematic on how to lay it out, little diagrams, a little barrette here. I can't show all of it. I mean, like all the little details, but here's our headband, a little brooch. This is one of my favorites. This was fun. Let's look at this woven flower. The raffia is really cool. Here's a cool idea: is if you took these and in raffia and you hung them at different levels and used them for a party or something. It's really cool. Or ribbon. And there's that beret. That's one of my favorites. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like the best. This is the yarn. You can get that on Annie's website. It's Haiku Yarns, Simply Korea, medium worsted baby alpaca yarn, and it's a 4. And we use 2 balls of the purple blue heather and then 1 ball of the peach pink heather. I think they go by the colors 251 and 250. So anyway, it is like, it's one of my new favorite yarns. I'm just saying. Can you tell I like it? So, and then it goes step by step, round by round. And then this petal shawl. Look at this petal shawl. Look, all the little details on that. So it's real different. And then depending upon how you wear it, it has a different look. And then I even go through like the diagram on how to do it. And then this geometric cowl, it has like squares and circles, and how you put it together. And then have this other scarf here. You got metric conversions and the stitch guide. So anyway, there's that. But this is this book is it's $8.99 US and $10.99 for Canada. So it's really affordable. It's full color. It's slick. And for less than $10 US, I think it's a great deal. I put this together with Beth Ham, if you know Elizabeth Ham, and so there's me. And Beth and I were basically, what happened is I worked out all the patterns of what the concept and colors, and we picked I helped pick all the yarns and do all that stuff, and then I did the flowers, and then was the creative design of what we wanted to do, and then Beth like incorporated them and created the crochet part of the pattern. So it was a real like working together, like, I mean, it was a total collaboration. And then we had some projects on our own or whatnot. And then I made every single one of these flowers. And there was hundreds of flowers. Oh my gosh. So there's that. And you can get that on Annie's. It just came out. And I'll be on not Clover. I'll be on Annie's Facebook page on February 27th at 11:30 a.m. and we'll be talking about it. And then I'll also get to use the loom and show how to use the loom on there. So pretty cool. Do y'all like that? Give me some hearts if you like that. If y'all like the flower loom crochet, tell me your favorite or what you'd want to make on it. Let me go back through some of your comments to make sure if I had a question before I move on. You want to see the monster pants with the flower embellishment and the trellis at the leg? Sweet. Yeah, we should do that. That would be fun. Oh, good. Oh, loving all the hearts, y'all. Oh, yay. Yay. I'm so proud of Beth and myself. This was a lot of hard work. It was actually supposed to come out the summer of last year, and then but we thought it would better to be coming out in the spring, and so we pushed the schedule back. So it's been like 2 years since I worked on this. So I mean, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see this come out now. So anyway, you want to make this shawl? Awesome, Ellie. Yeah, the shawl, Susan says. The shawl, Tracy says. Oh, yeah, awesome. It's really good. Hey, look, I'm on my website. Here's the flower loom crochet. So this is on goodknitKisses.com. And this is the blog that comes up first, but if you miss it when it cycles through the big images, just scroll down and click on blog, or you can go to the top and click on the blog, and it goes to the main site. And this is the monster pants. And last year, was it last year? Oh my gosh, it's been forever. Jeannie Knuth, I'm not sure if it's Jean or Jeannie, but Jeannie Knuth, she had these monster pants that she was inspired and made some. And so you're going to want to, oh, I'm sorry, Jewel Fly. Yeah, 11:30 Central Standard Time. So Google Central Standard Time and see what that is for you. Pennsylvania is you're probably an hour ahead of me. You're probably East Coast. So, yeah. Monster pants. Thank you, Carol. Carol's got the link. Thank you. So aren't these stinking cute? I mean, come on. So Jeannie, she made these after she saw the Baby Gaga Facebook page last year. She wanted to make these for her niece, and so her niece was almost 10 months old. So this fits a 10-month-old the way she did it. But I'm sure you could change your loom and adapt it. And so she comes from we've got all the materials that she used. She used the 31 peg round loom, Nifty Knitter type, or off brand. And you could use a small long loom with clips if you needed to, but this was the 31 peg. And then worsted weight yarn. She used Red Heart, purple, turquoise, red, and hot pink. So you got the purple, the turquoise, the red, and then the hot pinks. The red's just on that like big mouth area. And then she used the Karen Simply Soft Party Royal Blue Sparkle and White Sparkle. So I think that was for the eyes, like this part right here. So these like had like a little bit of a sparkle. And then she used the pink here for the nose. And then you need all the notions that you would need for that. Her gauge was 10 stitches by 13 rows in a 4x4. And it's just E-wrap and purl, and then doing a lot of moving over and cutting and all that kind of stuff. All the stitches are E-wrap with holding two strands together. So anyway, it goes through her instructions. And if it's missing steps or whatnot, I mean, just use this as a gauge to kind of help you. We had started to work on it, and some of it, I haven't tested any of it. And when we first started looking at it last year, it was more like, I'm not sure if I'm missing something or anyway, so I didn't get to work it out. And because of scheduling, we waited a really long time to come out with this. Plus we want to make sure on copyright or whatnot. So this is coming out to you very late, but at least it's coming out. So I apologize for the lateness. She did a great job. But see, you can see that she made it from top down. So like this is the top of the pants. So she does like, she makes the top part, and then what she does is she kind of like a brim, and then she puts in this cord here for the top, and then she cinches it in, and then go back. And then she closes it in like a hemmed brim, but she leaves that opening part. So it says I-cord placement. Note the knitting is just before inseam, and then shows you how many rows to work. And oh, I don't have the hiccups, but I must have had something happen. Let's see, color change. She goes over the color changes, and then you can see the mouth, and she's knitting like a certain portion of it. And so you can kind of go row by row, and she shows like the inside. So kind of go through here and note it's going to be messy on the inside. And of course you can weave those in later. I'm going to say, like, when you're working on stuff like this, leave all the tails long and don't knot it and close that off so soon, because it's actually easier to weave it in later, and then you don't get all the hard knots and things like that. And then if something's stretchy and pulls, you're not going to see like this weird knot appear. So I've started to do where I just weave in all my tails and, make a tailgate party to get it all in there. So anyway, this is what this looks like. And then she's got the pants coming on, and then she's going to, I believe you knit the legs separately, and then you sew them up. So anyway, it just talks about changing colors, any special notes she has. And then this is the back and front. So like the back is the part that has, well, technically that's the front that has that cord on it for adjusting. And then the back is the booty of the pants. The video has hiccups. Okay. Anyway, so for simpler instructions for more experienced loom knitters, all these are down below. So like, if you're like, that's way too much information, you can just go down here and look how easy that is. So she's like 14 rows to make the purple brim, 17 rows of purple, 2 rows of turquoise, after double wrap, change color, da 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 da. So she goes on, and then she talks about dividing the legs, and then do a stretchy bind off. And then here she is. Isn't she cute? And she's a loom knitter, has enjoyed knitting for family and friends. She's now stay-at-home gaga after working half her life as a nurse. And so we really do hope that you enjoy these pants that she made. These are so cute. And yeah, Teresa, you like the tailgate party? Yeah, let's have a tailgate party and close in all the tails. Anyway, so Carol worked really hard on this last year. I worked really hard on this, and then we stopped. And poor Jeannie, she's been waiting this whole time. And we were really good about getting things out, most of the things out. But I really was trying to make sure that I understood the pattern row by row, and then we weren't missing something. So we had added some things and edited and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. Well, that is the monster pant. And do you guys like the monster pant? Give her some love, y'all, if you like the monster pant, and tell me if you're gonna try it, if you're gonna make it. I'd love to know. And you'll have to tag her and let her know that we talked about it today. And especially if you make it. She is in our Good Knit Kisses Loom Knit and Craft Club group, and she's got some cute things to contribute. So I'm so glad. Oh, look, all these hearts coming across. All right. Well, that is that one. And then we're going to do, oh, you know what? I should probably show you. Oh, here, I got to type my password. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if I've got, let's see, youtube.com. I don't have the link, so you're seeing me type in what I want. When you go to Good Knit Kisses, and actually I'll just do a little thing here. It may jump to the app though. Okay, so when you go to Good Knit Kisses on YouTube, so youtube.com/goodknitkisses, so that's me. And then you'll see, and I've started creating new thumbnails, so you're gonna start recognizing these. I can't even zoom in. But if you notice, have y'all seen my new thumbnails? What do you like? Do you like them? Yay, nay? You can read kind of the basic synopsis of what it has. Oh, go back. Stop it. And then I've got a little picture of it and everything. So everybody does all these nice thumbnails, and I'm like, I need to get on the boat. So anyway, this video, the knit along trellis and tassels knit Afghan from Your Inspirations. This is a needle knit along. So when I'm having a knit along, I'm calling it knit along when it's for needles. If it says loom along, it's going to be for the loom. So I just want you guys to know, I have not forgotten about loom knitters. You guys are still very important to me. That's where my roots are. And, oh, your screen and my screen spun at the same time. That's weird. So yeah, here's the new thumbnail. So it says how to knit trellis and tassels knit Afghan knit along. So if you see knit along, it's for needles. If you see loom along, it's for loom. Oops, stop it. Good gravy. And I usually will write loom in the title, okay? So, and then this is how to knit the Trinity stitch. If I write how to loom knit, so stop hitting the thing. Oh my God, I'm a dork. So, but I'll actually write loom if it's for loom. But anyway, yes, if you are a loom knitter and I do something on needles, you're welcome to say, hey, I like this. Can you please try and do it for the loom? I am sensitive to that. It's just that some of them aren't converting as quickly. So anyway, I do want to show you though, when you're on this channel, when you're on a tablet, you don't get this option I'm going to tell you about. If you go into YouTube, at the top here, you can click on the search bar here. You can click on the little, I can't even talk. You can click on the little search icon here, magnifying glass. But on a desktop, you got the search up here. It's usually like up here on the desktop. And then down here where it says playlists and stuff, there's usually an actual search area here, and you can search just this channel. So, and you might be able to do it on here. Search by hitting the search down here. Okay, so you have to hit that caret and then hit the search down here. It says search channel. Y'all see that? This goes for any YouTube channel. Okay, so if you click search channel and then you want loom knitting or loom knit, we're going to hit return. Okay, so this is going to show you all loom knitting stuff. Okay, and this is only from this channel. Okay, if you went up here and clicked the button here, it's going to search all of YouTube. So if you're on any person's channel and you just want to see what they have to say about a subject, go down here. Okay, on the desktop you actually get to see that little search icon. Okay, so anyway, this is what I have, and then I want you to see this video. Oh, that's the monster pant. I'm sorry. Okay, so this video here, the knit along trellis and tassels knit Afghan. This is the needle one, but what I want to show you is so let me turn that down because you don't need to hear me talking. Okay, so if you go, hey, good morning, Chris. I see you hopped on. So the video is going to play, and then the first 12 rows is this Afghan, okay? But then if you skip over to like minute, let's see, is it 14? No, it's further in than that. Let's see. Minute 25? That sounds familiar. Anyway, if you skip in, it's going to start showing you this surface slip stitch here, and you'll get to see how. Okay, so here it is complete. Okay, this is what it looks like without this. Look at the difference, right? And so you can take any of your knits, and that's the back of it. Isn't that fun? You can take any of your knits and then add in a stripe with this technique. So all you need is your crochet hook and then that same yarn and in a contrasting color. And so you're actually putting the hook in right in between your knit stitches from the top, and then you're pulling the yarn from the back. And so your working yarn is being held from the back. And even if you don't crochet, I know it can be intimidating if you're like, but I don't crochet. It's just simply like sticking the hook through and pulling a little bit of yarn up and then lifting one of the loops over the top of the edge of it. And that's pretty much it. And you just keep going up your knit stitch. And because you're familiar with looking at knit stitches, you can totally do it. So, I'll wind it back up. Anyway, so I guess it's about minute, what minute is it at? Okay, here it is, minute 29. And so I'm talking about using that. So anyway, I'll have a video out this weekend that'll be just this last part of it. It's a 41-minute tutorial, but you can skip to minute 29 and watch the rest of it. And see, I'm going to show you how to go in, and I can show you how to do it without the tassel. Okay, so I start off using it without the tassel, and then I did it including the tassel, and you can actually work the tassel in at the same time. So it's a kind of cool way to do it. You could even try doing like a border on something and then put in a tassel here and then pick up and put in another tassel as you go, and keep going. So that would be something you can do. Let's see, let me go on through. See, look, see how it's going up here like that. And then I'm joining these together. So I show how to like grab how it's like, see how these are separate. And so I got it to where two of them look like they're totally attached. Like, look how that looks like it's all connected. Okay, but I didn't. I did them separate. So I did one first, and then I came back through, and then I connected it and joined as I went. So you might learn a new joining technique by going through this. And so I just got really excited because I'm like, well, even though this is not loom knit, it's a technique that you could do with your existing stuff and add this extra flair. You guys like that? If you like it, give me some big hearts, okay? And if you have any questions about it, you know, please ask me. I'm not sure I'm ready to do a demo right here, but I do have the video. So, and of course you can speed it up or slow it down. Oh, yay. Thanks for the hearts. And then I do show you how to make tassels, and we go through and measure them, and I show like there's this bulky part, and I'm about to pull this off of here because I was just kind of a faking, like, okay, this is how I did it. And then I add that extra little piece on after I'm done kind of using it to work with it. So I'm going to see if there's this thing in here. Quality. Okay, that changes the quality. Apparently, maybe it's just the desktop that you get that option. On the desktop, if you are on a desktop, you can click on the little gear button, and it'll actually give you, if you want to speed it up or slow it down. So if you find that someone's too slow on YouTube, you can actually speed it up to like 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 2 times, whatever. The speed, and I've done that on videos that I thought were a little too slow. Rather than getting mad at people because they're too slow, just speed it up a little bit. And then of course you can always slow it down too, so, and then pause and everything. But that's just a little tip about YouTube. But if you use a desktop or a laptop, you can use their desktop version. This is sort of a cross between the desktop version and a mobile version of this when you look at it on a tablet. But normally this little gear button would let you do that. Okay. So that is that. And let me flip over. So that's what that looks like. So it has this kind of serpentine look to it, but you could totally do just like a straight stripe, you know. And then from the back, this is what it looks like. So you're not seeing a ton of the color peek through, but just a little bit. So see how this looks? So in the right thing, like this one, it looks nice because it's just like this little tiny accent, right? But on the front, you know, they're like, boom. So anyway, that's that. Ta-da! Let's see, how are we on time? Oh, we're good. We're good on time. Yay! Do you guys have any questions for me now that I've flown through that? I'm glad you joined me today. If you liked it, be sure and share with your other Loom Knitter friends. Your Loomy friends. And let's see, what link did she give? Carol gave, a link to my Loom Knitting tutorial playlist. Thank you. Yeah, and I have several playlists for different techniques and stuff. Let's see. Oh, cool. I didn't even know that. That's cool. Okay. Ellie, that's cool having which one, whatever along. Yeah, crochet along, knit along, loom along. Yeah. Do I have a video on how it shows how to use a loom? Yes, Jeannie. And she gave you the link. Yeah, I've got lots of videos on how to use a loom. It just depends on which one you find first, because sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, it's way too advanced, but I have a bunch of other videos. So if you just go to my channel and click search, like in just my channel, and click loom, then you can just scroll through. I mean, I have over like 300 videos. At least 200 or more are strictly loom knitting. So I have way more loom knitting videos. I have people, wonder why I'm not making this video or that video, and I'm like, well, actually I have that. So if you'll just check my library out, and there's a ton of other loom knitters out there too that make a lot of great videos. I teach a few things that other people teach, but a lot of people have their own videos too. Some are teaching the same technique, some are not. And so where I don't have it, that someone else may have what you're looking for. Like say you're trying to convert a pattern, or you're trying to figure out a loom knitting pattern, and you don't know what a technique is, just type that technique in. Even like the abbreviation, you can type that into YouTube and find that. So if you find that there's a technique that you would prefer that I teach, just let me know. Just let me know. Send me a message on Facebook. That's an easy way to send a message. The email ones, when I get emails, sometimes I get these emails and people are asking me to teach someone else's pattern, or they're asking me to decipher someone else's pattern. Like, hey, here's this pattern. And if you have a moment, can you, I'm like, no, I don't have that moment. I can't, I can't help you with someone else's pattern. I mean, I can help you with mine, but like, it's a lot. And there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. And I just, if I was several people at once, I could probably do it. But the best thing is to ask that designer if they're available, if they're still around, and connect. You can connect through Ravelry or Facebook or whatnot, or email them for whatever the contact was on the thing, or ask in the group. Say, has anyone made XYZ pattern? Can we chat, privately about something? I mean, you can say, if anyone has this pattern, do you know? Page 36, row 13, what should I do here? Whatever. But you don't actually like want to post the whole pattern or even like the partial pattern. So we can go into copyright another time. But anyway, that's just a quick tip. I'm just doing something, fidgeting while I'm waiting to see if I have any questions that pop up. And I just noticed, oh my gosh, this plays into just what you just said, Jeannie. That's really cool. Okay, so while I was fidgeting, she says, have you worked any sensory muffs for dementia patients? The loom would be great for that. No, I haven't made any, and I know there are several people who do, but I was just going to say, I was just flipping my sample around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like one of those bolster pillows. I just rolled this with the outside, and the outside out. So this is the reverse, and it looks like one of those bolster pillows. But I'm like, you could shorten this and make this a muff or something. But yeah, you could make this into one of those muffs. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you just make a sensory muff. And a muff can be like, you just make a small sample and then you just put it together and sew the edges of it. I do have a muff that is, oh, here's one. This is what it would look like folded up. I do have a muff that is, it's in the I Taught Myself to Loom Knit book. It's at Walmart. It's in a clamshell design. It's a small, thin book, and it comes with like a small boy loom. It's like a 26 peg loom, and inside there I have a muff, and actually shows you how to put it holds my iPhone. I put like a pocket inside the muff, and then yeah, so that would actually be a good one too, because then you could put like a device in there, and then maybe button it in there, and then have make the muff, and then you could add the embellishments on the outside. And in fact, you could probably use this technique to add some embellishments for the muff. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Yeah, happy anniversary, Ellie. What's my anniversary? Happy early Thanksgiving. Happy early Valentine's. My anniversary on YouTube. I've been on YouTube now since 2011, so this would be 6 years now. Oh my gosh. Time flies. There's lots going on. Oh, fun stuff. I'm not actually able to do it, but I had some really cool good news that I thought was going to happen. It's not going to happen, but it gave me an in. So kind of keeping it under your hat. Yeah, Linda, a pocket for hand warmer packs to go in the muff. Yeah, you could do that. Be careful on what kind of yarn you've used, I guess. You probably want to test it. I mean, like if it is for somebody who has different issues or whatever, you might want to not put one of those hot pockets in there in case. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, just use your discretion and safety. You wouldn't want to put one of those hot things in there if someone isn't able to take it out, and then you wouldn't want them to hurt their hands or anything. Anyway, so I was approached by Craftsy to do a class. What? Yeah. And I was approached by them to do a beginner needle knitting class, and I had made anyway, so the scheduling just didn't work out because I'm recording on PBS. That I'll be on Knit and Crochet Now, and I'll be doing Needle and Loom on Knit and Crochet Now for recording for season 8. And so the scheduling conflicted, but it's really cool that they asked me, and I'm like, we should develop a loom knitting class, you know. And actually, because I'm working with Annie's for Knit and Crochet Now, maybe I'll end up doing an Annie's class. Who knows? So it's just pretty cool. That's pretty cool because I did not pursue that. I didn't pursue any of this stuff that comes to me. I'm like, I'm just going to do the best job I can do. And if people like it, they like it. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let me go back. There's a couple people. Oh, my anniversary. Oh, Ada. Yeah. Well, we've been together since my husband and I have been together since 1995. We met. And so our first Valentine together was, 21 years ago. So that was the first time we celebrated Valentine's. And so this morning I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 21 years since we've been together. We were engaged for like 4.5 years. And then when we had our first child, we found out on our 5th anniversary that we were pregnant. So yeah, I could have a 20-year-old now. So yeah, 19 or 20. Yeah. For sure. So yeah, 6 months after we got together, we knew that we wanted to be married, and he gave me a promise ring. In fact, when he proposed, I thought he was going. I'm sorry. When he gave me, I thought he was proposing 6 months into it, and he was actually giving me a promise ring. And I'm like, what? So yeah, so we've been together forever. And then I did this little jib jab thing, and those pictures are from like 6 months after we met, so right after he had given me this promise ring. So yeah, I don't even wear it because it's one of those solitaires, and like the diamond sticks way up and it snags on everything. I couldn't possibly wear it looming or anything. Robin, okay, I mentioned that the twisted stitch created by E-Wrap on the loom makes a hat more stretchy. If you do U-Wrap, how do you make it stretchy? Well, okay, so the U-Wrap is going to be like a standard stretchy. It's not going to be tight. It's just the E-Wrap is a twisted stitch, and so it's more open and it's flexible. And so it's not like you're making something that's elastic. It also depends upon the nature of the yarn. So if you have a yarn that's like this and you make it an E-Wrap, it could make it way too loose and you won't enjoy a hat on it as much. And so I would do a U-knit stitch in that. So it depends on your question because it depends on what kind of stretch you're needing. So it's kind of a broad question. So Robin also says, what types of yarn make a difference and or using a ribbing pattern? Oh, and I just answered that. I actually made on this Kiss Dragon loom using Bernat blanket yarn, and it was the wrong yarn to use. And I didn't use any E-Wrap. I used a U-knit stitch, which is basically how it is because you have to wind it that way. And I did a ribbing on it, and I did not like it. And that's because it was the nature of the yarn that I used. So you want to use a yarn that has like a bit of a give anyway. It's a plied yarn, meaning it's yarns that have been plied and twisted together, not like a chenille type where it has like a single thread inside and it's fuzzy on the outside. So want to have something that has a little bit of a give. A 2x2 works really well. A 1x1. Sometimes, like on needles, people will do, sometimes they'll do like a smaller needle size and then go up a size to do the rest of their hat. So I would say that you could even, in order to do that on loom, you could just be tighter, like intentionally tighter. So say you wanted to do E-Wrap on the hat, you could do a U-knit on the knits on the ribbing and do that. So, that would work. That would work. What else? Let's see. Carol says, Jeannie, the Sensory Muffs Facebook group has a pattern for loom knit sensory knit muff. Oh, good. Thank you, Carol. So they've got the Facebook group for that, for the sensory mitts. And hey, Marie, I see you coming on. Let's see. Do you have any other questions? Then I'm going to probably head out of here. Well, it's right at 10 o'clock, so it's probably about time I head out. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Be sure and get your Flower Loom book. If you go to annies.com, you can get that. Or if you want to go on goodknitKisses.com and click on shop and go down to the Amazon shop and hit the books area, you can see any books that I have actually written or I've contributed to. So we've got the Loom Knit guides book, and we're actually working on something else. So there's going to be a workbook coming. Working on something else, so we'll see for Loom. Anyway, thanks you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great day and happy looming. Bye.